hate cheap knockoffs.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have another custom video review for the Studio Series number 2 Stinger. Regarding the material that I used to paint these guys, so I use permanent markers, Sharpie, black. As you can see in here, this one is a big tips one that can be used to cover the big part on the figures. For example, the back of the legs in here, and then like some exposed part like that. We can use the bigger tips to go in there and cover those black plastic with this black. And then for the smaller area, for example, on their face scope over here, some of the inner design, I use a smaller tips one, permanent marker black. And I just go into those details. And later on, I use acrylic paint, which are those metallic acrylic silvers here. Of course, those one go into the metallic part that we can see here. But I also use the acrylic black paint mixed with a little of acrylic gray. This is a metallic but actually more of the grayish colors. I mix them together and then just put them in some of these details as well. So that's why you see that for the inner part, for example, around the ring eyes over here, we have some black. It's because the acrylic paint got spread it out. And the end result look like that. I think that make the figures look a little more realistic and it's look really good in my eyes. So in overall, those are all of the material that I use to paint this guy, and it's fairly easy. You can definitely replicate that as well. If you want to learn how to customize your figures, you can look for my other tutorial videos. I have all of my stuff in there. Mostly I just paint with permanent marker first and then go with acrylic paint. So there will be 2 different layers on your figures. Okay, let's put them on the side. And going into the figures, here's the front look of this custom. Well, let's put him a little closer. Look at him from the front. Look at the head. So firstly, the head got more black colors in there. They both come from permanent marker and acrylic paint. You can see that those more little details, initially they were all just red plastic colors. But now he got more paint in there, mostly black colors. That is the side of his head, the top view of his head, and then this the other side, and here's from the back of the head. So the head is actually the part that I enjoy the most on these figures. Then going back down to the chest, you see that he has small colors on the arm here. So originally those connection joints over here, they own red plastic colors. If you look closely enough, you see that they still have the red colors there. And because I paint the jaws over here, so the paint is coming off as well after such a long time of moving the jaws around. So originally all of those jaws, they have just the red plastic colors, just like all of his other part. Then I paint those parts with permanent marker silver, and then I coat it with a little of acrylic silver and black. You can see that we can also match that colors over here. Initially those parts were black colors instead of red. I also paint that with a little silver as well to match with the jaws. I think those minor details actually makes the figures much better, and also match that down here as well. So you can see that the arm part now they look more connected to the chest. Then looking at the chest down here, you see that initially these figures they only got painted black for the front piece of the chest piece, but for the inner side for some reason they leave it at red colors. So I also just paint that with a little of permanent marker black. So this figure is actually one of the one that can be easily fixed just with the permanent marker, and just with some of those minor details already the figures look better. So as for the chest and crotch area, when we move down here, you see that the underside, I also paint that with a little silver as well. So now it's not just black, but it doesn't blend inside the figures anymore. And as for the jaws over here, initially the inner jaws over here, they are on just bare red plastic colors. I also paint that with just permanent marker silver, and then coat over with a little of acrylic silver paint and acrylic black paint. Also this part over here, spray that with a little silver brushing to make the color pop out a little more. And then when we go down to the legs here, we can also see that those inner side black, they also got a little silver to make them pop a little more. And as we go down to the leg, I think the leg are the part that I enjoy painting second best just after the head. Here you can see that initially they actually just black plastic color, and some of those over here they are like red plastic colors that look so bad. The things that I did was just to use the permanent marker silver to paint over the black here, make them more kind of silver that we are seeing right now. And the part down here, initially they were red, so I used permanent marker black and then permanent marker silver to try to cover all of them. And now they all look silver like this. Of course, not totally shiny silver. I want them to look a little dirty, so that's why I brushed them with a little acrylic silver and acrylic black on top so that the color blend in together and they stay for a longer time. The reasons why I have to use permanent marker black to blend down here first was because I feel like that's one stay on the red plastic stronger. So when I put the black on there and then use that as a foundation, it's easier to just put the silver on top. Because silver put directly on the red plastic color, sometimes it doesn't really stay that strongly, and then the paint, they can get scratched, and then if they get scratched, like not everything will got scratched away, but like some of them will got scratched away, and then the red plastic under will be exposed, and that just look bad. So that's why I just used like 2 different layers just to be sure. I think the result come out to be pretty well. So for those part, if we mistransform the figures and expose the leg like this, I think this is the best look for the legs. Like I really enjoy the piston design that the Stinger figures had, just like how the Bumblebee figures had. Like those piston, and then they have like multiple prongs that have the figure stand up. I think that design is really nice and fit in character. And then of course for some of those parts, you already see that the paint got chipped and the red got exposed again. Initially they look like that. They own red plastic like that. I have to cover them with permanent marker black and silver, and then just brush a little with acrylic paint, silver and black. But you can see like especially for some of the tips area here, if you touch them a lot, they're gonna be scratched away. And then in here, we do have like some bronze details. I think those just look like some spring detail. They just look really nice when you actually add in the silver on them. So those are the legs. If we look at the back side of the figures, you can see that they all have that consistent paint job details. The original colors for most of the legs up here, they are black. And then down here, they were red plastic. And then another thing that I did on the leg was that at the back side of the legs, in the car part, those are actually red plastic colors. So I also just paint that with permanent marker black, and then just bright brush a little with silver, so that's why you see that the color is like not entirely black right now. And then this part as well, initially they were just red plastic, so I also covered that with a little of permanent marker black and silver. And for the spines here as well, that a little permanent silver onto the black plastic. And I think like it's actually helped the details pop out a little more. Of course, when we go up here for the 4-star design of Stingers, he also have that a little silver color putting in to cover that part instead of just red or black. And then the inner side of the wheel also just put that as silver. Like I also really enjoy doing that details. So here are how they look now. In overall, this figure is such a step up in comparison to the Age of Extinction Stingers figures. Hey, you. Yes, you. Subscribe to our channel. Please, otherwise Megatron might kill me again. And no, I'm not kidding. He's right there. Hey, Josh. So please, subscribe. I don't want to be back in 2 pieces. Your subscription means a lot to us.